afternoon, students. Today we will discuss about stability. Stability in a system implies that small changes in input or small changes in initial conditions or small changes in system parameter do not result in large change in system output. And stability is very important characteristic of transient performance of a system. A linear time invariant system is stable if following two conditions are satisfied. When system is excited by an bounded input, output is also bounded. It means we get bounded or finite output for given finite input. Or in absence of input, output tends towards zero. If we get zero output for zero input, then system is stable. Or if we get finite output for finite input, then system is stable. Suppose that system is subjected to an unbounded input, means infinite. If we apply unbounded input or in unbounded input to a system and we get unbounded output, we can't say anything about its stability because we apply unbounded input. But if we get unbounded output for bounded input, or if we get infinite or unbounded output for finite input, then system is unstable. Clear? And output of why this unstable system is undesirable, because output of an unstable system may increase to a certain extent and then system may break down, or it becomes non-linear after output exceeds certain limit. And if it becomes a non-linear, it means that linear mathematical model, we can't apply linear mathematical model to a system. Let us discuss stability depending upon nature of closed loop poles. If closed loop poles are real, negative and in left half plane of S plane, if these are the two roots and these roots are on real axis, it means that roots are real, negative and in the left half of S plane. Then this is the case of overdamped, and in overdamped output is purely exponential. It means that it takes certain time to reach its final value, and this system is absolutely stable because we get finite output for finite input. Similarly, if these roots are complex conjugate with negative real part and these two roots are in left half of S plane, then response is oscillatory but decreasing oscillation. These oscillations are decreases after certain times, or we can say that we get damped oscillation for complex conjugate with real negative part closed loop poles. And this system is absolutely stable because it reaches after certain time, it reaches its final value. If roots are real, positive and in the right half of S plane, it means that roots are real. It means that this is the exponential. Output is also exponential but increasing exponential. It means that system is unstable. Similarly, if complex conjugate poles are in right half plane, then we get oscillatory behavior of system but increasing oscillatory behavior. It means that oscillation with increasing amplitude, and after certain time either system may break down or becomes nonlinear. So system is unstable in this case. If this transient response increases, then system is unstable. Similarly, if poles are on imaginary axis, then we get sustained oscillation, and this is known as marginally or critically stable system. If there are two roots, but these roots are not repeating roots, if there are roots are non-two repeating roots or are on imaginary axis, then we get sustained oscillation, and this is also marginally or critically stable. And if there are repeated roots, means here there are two roots on the same point on the J imaginary axis. Here there are two roots on imaginary axis, and in this case we get an increasing oscillatory behavior and we get an unstable system. So we can summarize our result. If roots are in left half, then system is stable. If roots are in right half, system is unstable. And if roots are on imaginary axis, then system is critically or marginal. This is the margin between stable system and unstable system. So system is marginal. But if repeated roots are on imaginary axis, then we get increasing oscillatory behavior and unstable system. Relative stability. There are two types of stability. First stability is absolute stability and second type is relative stability. In absolute stability, in absolute stability, system is either stable or non-stable. Means in absolute stability is the study of qualitative study of stable or unstable system. Means system is either stable or non-stable. In relative stability, we determine system is stable or non-stable. But we also want to know the degree of stability. The degree of stability is known as relative stability, or we can say that relative stability this is used for comparing stability of two or more systems. Clear? And so there are two types of stability. Here we discuss relative stability. A system is said to be relatively more stable or unstable on the basis of settling time. A system is said to be more stable if settling time for the system is less than that of the other system. Here you see that these are the two roots. This root is nearer to the imaginary axis and this root is farther from the j omega axis in comparison to this root. And this is the response for these two roots. This is the response for this root. It means that this system approaches or reaches to its final value, but it takes larger time in comparison to P2 root. This both root reaches its final value, but it takes lesser time. It means that this system or system with this pole is more stable. Clear? Similarly, these are two complex conjugate roots, and in complex conjugate roots we always get oscillatory motion, and here for this root this is the response. This transient response also reaches its final value, but it takes larger time in comparison to this root. And this is the response, this is the response for alpha 2 root. So we can say that if roots move away from this j omega axis, relative stability improves. Or we conclude that if all the roots of characteristic equation have negative real part, then system is stable. If any root of characteristic equation has a positive real part, or if there is a repeated root on the j omega axis. If any root has real positive part, or if there is repeated root on j omega axis, then system is unstable. And if there are one or more non-repeated roots are on j omega axis, then the system is limited or critically or marginally stable. There are we can divide stability into absolute stable and conditionally stable. A system is said to be absolutely stable with respect to a parameter or system if it is stable for all the values of parameter. Means if for all the values of parameter, if system is stable, then system is said to be absolute stable. And if for certain range of parameter system is stable, then system is known as conditionally stable with respect to parameter. Let us discuss Routh stability criteria for determining stability. But Routh stability criteria determines only absolute stability. The characteristic equation is given by this equation. And in Routh stability criteria, first we have to find Routh array. And in this characteristic equation, Routh array is formed Sn minus 1, Sn minus 2, and in this Sn we write A naught first coefficient, then leave this coefficient, next write this coefficient A2, next leave third coefficient and write next coefficient A4, means A naught, A2, A4, A6. Similarly for S raised to power n minus 1, we write A1, A3, A5 and so on. For S raised to power n minus 2, B1, B2, C1, C2, D1, D2, and B1 is calculated, this B1 is calculated by a formula A1 multiplied by A2 minus A naught multiplied by A3 divided by A1. B1 is A1 here, A1 A2 minus A naught A3 divided by A1. A1 multiplied by A2 minus A naught multiplied by A3 divided by A1. Similarly, B2 is A1 multiplied by A4 minus A naught multiplied by A5 divided by A1. Sorry, divided by A1. This is wrong. A1. Then next C1 is B1 A3 minus A1 B2 divided by B1. Similarly, we can calculate C2 D1 D2. The root stability criteria is stated as below. For a system to be stable, it is necessary and sufficient that each term of the first column of Routh array of its characteristic equation be positive. If this condition is not met, the system is unstable and number of sign changes of the term in the first column of the Routh array correspond to the number of roots of characteristic equation in the right half plane. This is the first column. If there is no change in the sign of any term in this column, then all roots are in left half, and if there is any change in the sign of the terms of first column, then that number of roots are in right half. First question based on Routh array. This is the characteristic equation and you have to find out this system is stable or not. Then highest order is S4, S4, S3, S2, S1 and S0. S0. S1, 1, 18 and 5. 1, 18 and 5 in this column. Then in second column, S raised to power 3, write 8, 16 and 0 for missing term. Then S2, the coefficient of this row is calculated by 8 multiplied by 18 minus 1 multiplied by 16 divided by 8. Similarly, this coefficient is calculated 8 multiplied by 5 minus 1 multiplied by 0 divided by 8, and coefficient of S1, this 16 is multiplied by 16 minus 0 multiplied by 5, 8 multiplied by 5 divided by 16, which is it. And in this column, first is 1, 8, 16, 1, 3, 5 and 5. So there is no change in the first column, no change in the sign of or the element of first column. All element of first column are positive, hence the system is stable. Clear है Routh stability criteria. Next question is this. Characteristic equation is given by this. Then form the Routh array. S raised to power 4, 3, 5 and 2. Then in S3 column, row 10 and 5. Then calculate this 10 and 5, divide by 5, so we get 2 and 1, and S2 is, this 2 is multiplied by 5, 2 multiplied by 5 minus 3 multiplied by 1 divided by 2, which is equal to 3.5. Similarly, we calculate this coefficient 2 multiplied by 2, 3 minus 3 multiplied by 0 divided by 2 is 2. And in this column, 3 multiplied by 1 minus 2 multiplied by 2 divided by 3.5, which is minus quantity and 2. So there is change in sign, positive to negative, negative to positive. There are two sign changes in first column. It means that 2 roots are in right half and 3 roots are in left half. So this system is unstable because two roots lie in right half. Some special cases in Routh stability criteria. When first term in any row of the Routh array is 0, while rest of the row has at least one non-zero term. This is the characteristic equation and we form Routh array. In this Routh array, if we calculate the coefficient of S3 row, 1 multiplied by 2 minus 1 multiplied by 2, 0. It means that if this row is 0, all this is infinite, all coefficients are infinite. So we replace this 0 by small quantity psi. and then form the route array, and this psi is multiplied by 2 minus 1 is multiplied by minus 2 divided by psi. So we get this element or this coefficient. Similarly, this is multiplied by this, and psi is multiplied by 5 divided by this, and we get the coefficient is this, and last one is this 5. After forming route array, this is 0, so make this psi tends to 0. When this psi tends to 0, this is positive quantity, and this is negative minus negative 2, means there is two sign changes, positive to negative and negative to positive. So two roots lie in right half, while three roots lie in left half, and system is unstable. When next special case is when all the element of any one row of route array are 0. If in this case one total row is 0, this is a characteristic equation. From the route array, S6 is 1, 8, 20 and 16. S5 2, 12, 16. Then S5 there 2 से divide किया 1, 6 and 8. Then S4 1 multiplied by 8 minus 1 multiplied by 6 divided by 1 is 2. Similarly, this one is multiplied by 20 and minus 1 multiplied by 8 divided by 1 is 12, and we calculate the other coefficient. And if we multiply this 1 multiplied by 12, 12 minus 12, it means 0, and 1 multiplied by 16 minus 2 multiplied by 16 minus 16 is 0. Means this row is, all the coefficient of this row are 0. So in this special case, first we form an auxiliary equation. Auxiliary equation is formed by this row, just above this row, s raised to power 4 plus 6s raised to power 2 plus 18 plus 8. Sorry. So this is the auxiliary equation, and this differentiate this auxiliary equation with respect to s. So we get 4s raised to power 3 plus 12s, and equate this equal to 0. Hmm. 1 S2 S3 S3. So this is 1 and 3, and then form the root array as given by b1 b2, and calculate this 1 multiplied by 1 multiplied by 6 and minus 1 multiplied by 3 divided by 1 is 3 and 8. Similarly, uh, S1 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 is also calculated from here. 3 multiplied by 3 minus 1 multiplied by 8 divided by 3, 1 by 3, and last one is 8 16 or 8. Okay. And there is no sign change in the first column. It means that system is stable, may be stable. This system may be stable. Then solve this or calculate the roots of this auxiliary equation. If the roots of this auxiliary equation are plus minus j under root 2 and plus minus j 2, it means that there are non-repeated roots on j omega axis. It means system is marginally stable or limitedly stable. Application of route stability criteria to linear feedback system. Suppose that this closed loop is given, this function is given, and you have to calculate the stability or determine the stability of this system. Now, consider the closed loop feedback system shown in this figure. Let us determine the range of K for which this system is stable. Determine the range of K. K is gain of the system. Determine the range of gain of the system for which this system is stable. First, find out transfer function. Transfer function is given by Cs by Rs, and this is given by Gs divided by 1 plus Gs Hs. Gs divided by 1 plus GSHS is given by this, and this is the characteristic equation. This is the characteristic equation. And from this characteristic equation, form the root array. 1, 5 and K, S3, 5 and 4. This really then S2, S square, 5 multiplied by 5 minus 1 multiplied by 4 divided by the 21 by 5, and 5 multiplied by K minus 1 divided 1 multiplied by 4 divided by 5. Next is 21 divided by 5 multiplied by 4 minus 5 divided by K divided by 21 by 5. And last one is S raised to power 0 is K. You have to determine the value of K for which this system is stable. In this case, if this coefficient is positive and if this coefficient is positive, there is no sign change in the first column and system is stable. So K is greater than 0 and and 84 divided by 5 minus 5K, this is when this is greater than 0, then system is stable, and these two conditions decide the range of K, and K should lie in the range of K should be greater than 0, less than 84 by 25. For this range of system gain, system is stable. But when K is 84 by 25, when K is 84 by 25, then this row is 0, and when this row is 0, we get two roots or image of roots either on x-axis or on y-axis. So suppose that value of k is 84 by 25, and this if this row is 0, form the auxiliary equation with this row 21 by 5 s square plus 84 by 25 is equal to 0, and calculate the root of auxiliary equation which is on the y-axis or which is on the imaginary axis. It means that system is marginally stable. In this question, this well is not in this row. Next question is, this is the controlling device, and this is the engine vehicle dynamic engine vehicle or plant. Clear? And in this question, the direction of travel on the road is controlling. This black diagram shows the scheme for controlling. In this equation question, the direction of travel of a road vehicle is controlled, and the controller and the transfer function of controller is given by this GC, and plant or engine vehicle of transfer function of engine vehicle is given by this. Instrumentation of direction sensing and error detection determination is quite fast, and if we determine the necessary condition in A. In this system, suggest suitable value of A and K while assuring that steady state error due to unit ramp direction input, means unit ramp direction input is given by unit ramp, is no more than 20%. You have to calculate the value of alpha and K. Then first find out the value of GS, and then find out the transfer function. Transfer function is given by 1 plus GS divided by 1 plus GS HS, and we get this characteristic equation. And from this characteristic equation, we form route array 1, 32 and KA. S3 row 10, K plus 32 and 0, and we can calculate the B3. B3 is this multiplied by this minus this multiplication of this divided by this, and um, B4 is 10 multiplied by Ka, 1 multiplied by 0 divided by K is simply K alpha. Similarly, C3 is calculated, and value of S naught is K alpha. B3 is given by this equation and C3 is given by this equation. For system to be stable, the following three conditions must be satisfied, and means all the coefficient should be positive for system to be stable. K should be less than this, K alpha is greater than this, and this equation is also greater than this. And if we choose K is equal to 20, 200, alpha value of alpha is approximately 1, and in this case KB is given by limit s approaches 0 GS and if we calculate the value of KB, it comes to be this, and KB is value of KB is 1 minute. And in question given, it is given that velocity error should be less than 20%, and if we calculate here it is 16%, so we can say that controller transfer function value of alpha, here we calculate value of alpha is 1, controller transfer function is given by s plus alpha divided by s plus 4. If we substitute this, we get the value of transfer function of this is this, kb is this, and value of k is in this case is given by 200, because here we get a condition value of k should be less than 288. It means that route stability criteria gives only absolute. Either system is stable, it gives an idea about stability, that system is either stable or non-stable. Importance of auxiliary equation. When any row, all the elements or all the coefficient of any row is 0, in that case you form an auxiliary equation. What is the significance of forming auxiliary equation? The stability can be predicted from the roots of AS is equal to 0 rather than the roots of characteristic equation, and because the roots of auxiliary equation are the dominant from the stability point of view. The remaining roots of characteristic are always in the left half, and they do not play any significant role in the stability. It means that ये कह रहे हैं कि auxiliary equation के रूट से ही जो है हम stability find out कर लेते हैं. In this equation, roots are, how many roots of this characteristic? There are 6 roots in this characteristic. But here, auxiliary equation, in how many roots are of this auxiliary equation? 4. And we decide the stability of this system simply by these roots. These roots are on imaginary axis. So we can say that this system is marginally stable. So because these roots lie on imaginary axis or nearer to the imaginary axis. So roots of auxiliary equation decides the stability of system, and remaining roots lie farther from the imaginary axis, so they do not play any important role in deciding the stability of system. Roots of auxiliary equation may be on the real axis or maybe on the imaginary axis. If we form an auxiliary equation, there are two roots or four roots or six roots. Means we get the mirror image of roots in case of auxiliary equation, and these roots are either on x-axis or on y-axis. Advantage of route criteria. Advantage of criteria are stability of system can be judged without actually solving the characteristic equation. No evaluation of determinants which saves the calculation time. For unstable system, it gives the number of roots of characteristics having positive real parts. Relative stability of system can be easily judged and by no, not relative stability of system can be easily judged. By using this criteria, critical value of system gain can be determined and the frequency of sustained oscillation. In case of when you form auxiliary equation, you can easily determine the frequency of sustained oscillation. It helps to find the range of k for the system. If the system is stable, for which range of k you can easily calculate by route criteria, and it helps in finding out intersection point of root with imaginary. Okay, class is over. Thank you.